Hello boys and girls, Busternaut here, and welcome back to Armored Aces. So today we are taking a look at the T-80, which is one of the new modern tanks which were added the last update. The other one being the AMX-56. Now first of all, let's take a look at the model of this vehicle, as we always do. Pretty detailed and beautiful model there. They really make very good models in this game. Now I will show you where exactly it is located in the attach tree. It is just after the T-72, which is another Russian modern tank, and at the moment the T-80 is the highest tier Russian tank, but this will change because in the future we are going to see some more. So let's compare the stats with the MX-56. The stock stats of the T-80: it has 1780 hit points, it deals 350 damage per shot with the rate of fire at 9 rounds per minute, it has 38 km per hour speed, which is pretty healthy, and a reverse speed of 17 km per hour. So these are the upgraded stats to max. It has 480 damage per shot, it can reach up to 2050 health, and it can fire up to 11 rounds a minute instead of 9, which is the stock stat. It will have 45 kilometers per hour instead of the stock, and it will have 330 meters of view range when you upgrade it to max. So this is pretty nice. As you can see there, the stock stats, it has 12 seconds of turret turn time. So this is the T-80. I like this tank, but the one thing that bothers me is the poor gun depression of this tank, which really makes you play more aggressively or more passively. If you don't know what I mean, I will highlight the gun depression lack in the next game, so let's go ahead and take a look on that one. So here we are playing on the desert map, and what I mean by telling you that the gun depression will make you play either aggressively or passively. Well, basically the lack of gun depression means that you are not able to use ridges as a way of engaging your enemies. That means that you will have to cross the ridge and go fight the enemy face to face, which is the aggressive playstyle. And what I mean by telling you that it can make you play passively, well, you can go in a spot like, for example, up this village, and you can snipe the enemies from long distances, as this does not require your gun depression, but this way will not be as effective. So there is a third option as well, and it is to go on places that are flat. You know, I'm making a mistake with this tank by taking it at this part of the desert map, because as you can see, this part is not flat. It has many multiple ridges which require gun depression in order to fire from them or behind them. You must take your T-80 at those parts of the map which are flat. For example, on the desert map, you are far better by going around instead of going in this middle part here. But this is not a good example because the desert map is not flat and it has multiple ridges. On the map with the hill and the valley, you can go in the valley instead of the hill, and that way you will not need as much gun depression. So there we go. After losing some of my health, I'm crossing this ridge line because otherwise I cannot fire at those enemies. And now I have some shots at this T-55 which bounces off me, and I managed to take him out. Now this AMX-56 is also behind the ridge, and I cannot fire at him unless I cross that ridge. But this is a bad idea because at the moment I'm not looking at my map. There are 2 more enemies behind that ridge, and I'm just dead by coming here, and on top of that my shot bounces, which is not a big deal because his shot bounces as well. I fired his flank and I penetrate, but I am taking a lot of damage because now I'm realizing that there are 2 more enemies. This is not a big deal because I take out this T-80, but the T-72, which has a lot of his hit points there, I don't manage to hit him in the rear and I get taken out. So I think in this game you saw just how your gun depression can throw you in maps like the desert. So second game, we are playing on the map with the hill, and because I know that I don't have much gun depression, I'm not going to go on top of the hill. Instead, I'm going to go on that part between the hill and the valley, hoping that I can get some clean shots on the enemies which are going in the valley as well. We'll see how this one will go. Now, the position I'm going in is not perfect as well, because the position between the hill and between the valley it's very good, but you need a certain amount of gun depression, just a little bit, in order to fire above the little ridges which are there. You can use them to go hull down, but and this shot was amazing. He was in midair and I hit him in the flank. Wow, he was in midair. That was nice. Here I sniped the enemy in the turret. He manages to hit me as well, but he hits me in the turret as well, so not a big deal. 200 and something damage, or I don't know. So here we go. Here you can see that in the flat parts you don't need gun depression. I'm able to fire at my enemies without any problem. So these are really the spots where you need to take your T-80. And by the way, the MX-56 doesn't have much gun depression either, so yeah. We'll talk about the MX-56 in another tank review though, so now let's focus on this one. I'm looking for shots on this enemy behind those ruins, and I make the shot, but I get hit in the flank, which is not nice. So I am re-angling my armor. There we go, managed to sneak a shot in his turret. He wants to hit me again, but I managed to take him out. So here the rest of the enemies are behind that little ridge, and you see how bad actually the gun depression is. Look at that. I mean, this slope is not even that steep. Look at that. I don't have the gun depression to fire this AMX because of this little slope. It's just hilarious. I must move forward in order my tank to wiggle, and in order to put a shot in the MX, otherwise I am not able to. So this highlights just how bad the gun depression is. Look at that. I can't bring my gun down unless I change my position and I expose myself even more, and even then it's very hard for me to do that. So here I angle my tank downwards, and I managed to get the gun depression to fire this enemy. This is a really bad shot. It's an out of bounds, but I just hoped for a side shot there. It was greedy from me, and I should have shot him in the front, because that angle was an out of bounds anyways. So he gets taken out, and we can go forwards. There's an enemy MX, which I missed my first shot, and the second shot I don't miss though, and he gets taken out. And now that Merkava over there is the last enemy, and I take him out. So this was a little bit better game. At least I didn't die here, but you saw just how bad the gun depression on this tank is. 4,600 damage and 4 kills. Not that bad result, I would say. Okay, so next game we're playing on the desert map again. And did I learn my lesson this time? Don't go on the middle. in the middle part of this map, because the multiple ridges don't help you very much when you are in this tank. So I think about this at this moment. As you can see, I'm looking around me and I'm just searching for a place on the map which is flat. I'm heading through this road which goes in the middle part of the map, but then I decide to change my route because I see the enemies on the minimap. I'm approaching them, and in this location it's rather flat, although there is a small ridge in front of me which I am afraid of because I know how bad this tank performs on ridges. And there we go, I don't have the gun depression unless I move back, but I took quite a lot of hits there, which were unnecessary hits. If I were in a tank like the Merkava Mk2, I would have been able to fire at those enemies without exposing that much of my tank, but unfortunately it's not the case. So there we go, you can see the bad gun depression, and I just say F it, and I'm going forwards. Sweet rear shot there, and the enemy tank bounces off, which is really nice. I take out the T-80 and I am focusing on this Merkava, and I'm able to put a shot in his front for 270 damage while he was retreating. So I'm looking for shots on this enemy over there, over to my right hand side. I can't quite see his turret, and I miss my shot. I bounce off the Merkava, and I am aiming my second shot, which penetrates him and does 500 damage. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I hit him in the front, but he was like angled in a strange way downwards, so I don't know if that matters, but I hit him for 500 there, which is nice, you know. I like it when I get more damage. And he was the last enemy, and I take him out. So this game was better than the first desert game, but not quite, because I did less damage. What? This AMX-56 from my team did the most damage, so GG there. I just want to show you this game because it's better approach than the first desert game. Really showed you how you need to play on this map, because you really don't have that much flexibility in order to play in the middle part of the map, unless you have your team's support, because you saw there the AMX helped me a lot. If he wasn't there, those 3 enemies would fire only at me and I would have been dead. So yeah, you need your team. You are not alone in this game. Remember that always. You need your team. So here we go, playing another game on the hill map. I like to call it like that, or the mountain map, I don't know. But I like this map quite a lot. And it is good for all the tanks. I think I said that the desert map is my favorite, but after playing this tank, this particular T-80 tank, I don't know anymore. I think I like this map more than the desert map. There we go. I don't have the gun depression, so I am aggressive here. I know I can beat the Merkava because I have more hit points, and my DPM is bigger because I'm 1 tier higher than him. So I take a few shots, and my teammates are helping me, so I'm even more confident. I bounce 1 shot, and here we go. My teammates are helping me, and he's dead. So now we can go down and kill those enemies which are in this part. They don't appear to be expecting us, because they are engaging the my teammate which is in front of us. So I try to get the rear of the T-72, but I didn't manage, so I switch my fire to the AMX. I get a shot on his flank and I miss my second shot. And my teammate in the AMX is going after the T-72 as well. We've managed to take him out together, and now it's just the AMX down here. So we are now 3 versus 1. You're not so confident anymore, are you? Okay, he got outnumbered and he's just dead. Now 2 more enemies remain, and we can see exactly where they are on the map. They are on this flat valley in the center of the map, which is nice for me. And yeah, it's just a question of how much more damage we can do now. So the MX-56 gets taken out and only the Markova Mk2 remains. I missed that shot in the rear because I'm a greedy, and I don't know. There we go, I finally hit him. And can I get the kill? Yes, I can. Okay, GG, nice game. It wasn't quite as good as the previous one, I believe. Yeah, there we go, not 4,600 damage, but the next game, which I'm going to show you, will make up for this. So, final game for today. We are playing again on the hill map, the mountain map, whatever you want to call it. And this is the highest damage that I have achieved in this game. My previous highest damage was 6,400 with the Markova Mk2. This time I won't spoil it, but let's just watch the game. And it's a pretty long game as well. It's 6 minutes and 57 seconds, I think. Let's put it that way. It's 7 minutes long, which is not usual for this game. You know, for Armored Aces, the games usually last something between 3 and 4 minutes. I don't know. They're pretty short because everyone rushes. But this game is 7 minutes long, and it's pretty good game. So I'm heading for the hill once again, but I can see that there are no enemies up here. So I will need to engage those enemies which are below me, which is pretty terrible because guess what? I don't have any gun depression. This T-80 I cannot shoot unless I move back, and that's exactly what I do. He fires at my front, but I fire at his flank, which is a nice trait. Down here I cannot see this enemy, and I ram my teammate, which is a pro play by me. Sorry about that if you're watching this video. So anyways, we are rushed by the enemies. Look at them, they are just climbing the hill in order to get us, and whoa, our flag got stolen. It's always nice when you see enemies capping your flag. I mean, seriously, who caps that early? Why are you playing this game, to cap or to shoot at the enemy tanks? I don't know. I prefer to lose but to have a good game rather than winning by capping, and that way I will not fire at a single enemy tank. I will just drive, and I'm not playing tanks to drive them. I'm playing tanks to shoot. If I wanted to drive, I would play a racing game. But anyways, I managed to take out this T-80, but he took out my teammate there, and now I'm surrounded. You can see behind me there is a T-55. No, sorry, that's a T-62. And on my flank there is a T-72. So I will hide here in this dip. I'll call for help, but my teammate is pretty busy dealing with the other enemy. So I managed to hit the T-62. He misses his shot. I take him out, but I take a flanking shot by the T-72. He wants to get out of there, but I managed to put a flanking shot in him as well, and he bounces his return fire. So that's pretty good there. Pretty nice engagement. And although he has more hit points in this moment than me, he doesn't want to fight me all that much. So he's retreating, and remember that enemy has the flag, has our flag, and I completely forgot about this at this moment. But luckily my teammate took him out. big shout out to my teammate there. If he wasn't for him, I would lose that game, because this enemy which he just killed, the T-72, had our flag, and look how close to the enemy base he was. So I'm rushing back to help my teammate there with the enemy which is going for our flag, obviously. But he's late. My teammate got the flag, as you can see there, from the wreck of the enemy. And now this enemy T-72 wants to kill my teammate in order to get the flag into cap, but I will not allow him to. So I'm pushing aggressively. I bounce my shot, unfortunately. Now I will try to draw his attention to me because I have more hit points than my teammate. Here we go, I ram him, but it's in vain. He kills my teammate, but I managed to take him out. So big shout out to my teammate there. I'm sorry I didn't manage to save you, but you really were the one who won the game. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to win this game. So there's one enemy left. I don't know where he is at. He might be AFK, but he might as well be near our base. So I will try to capture the enemy flag. You know, I'll just get the flag in order to secure the game, that it will be a win. But before that, I will try the enemy spawn point in case he's AFK. Because as I told before, I don't care about those bonus 5,000 coins which you get by capping the flag. I care about the damage I do, and I care about the shooting and the fighting in those vehicles. I don't care about capping. So I am hoping that he is here, and there he is. I'm not sure that he's AFK still, so I'm going to put a shot in his turret from this location and see if he reacts. His turret is pointing at the other way, so he can be here as well, but at this point I see that he is not responding to my damage, so I just decide to go around him and finish him off quicker by firing at his flank. So that's the last enemy, and we will quickly take him out. Oh, I actually bounced that shot. So we will quickly take him out. It's an MX-56 though. He has a lot of hit points. Nom nom nom. One more shot should do it. And there we go. We secured the game. How tense was that? And let's see now how much damage we did. Bam! 6,660 damage, 4 kills. Not bad result at all. So this will be for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. This always helps me a lot. You've been awesome. If you want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you on the battlefield.